Hi, everybody. Dustin Thompson. We're uploading this video from our last Climate and Energy Committee meeting. It's a great team of folks that come together, try to educate folks and each other on our advocacy efforts in Delaware, as well as some of the resources that are out there that Delawareans can take advantage of. And this past month, we've been talking a lot about how energy prices are going up and why. We had a whole webinar about PJM and its impact on energy prices across the region. We know that there are increasing prices coming over the summer months from the capacity auction last year, and you can learn more about that on our PJM webinar that we put on last week that we'll be sharing again for you all soon online, but you can check it out on our YouTube now if you want to. But wanted to upload this video where we brought Drew Slater from Energize Delaware to talk about one of the great programs that he has over at Energize Delaware, the HEC Squared or Home Energy Checkup program that he does. It's a free program. Anybody can enroll to have somebody come out, do an energy audit, and on average, folks save an entire month's energy bill over the course of the year. So we anticipate energy prices to be about $10 more per month on average for customers in Delaware over the summer. But with this great program, which again is free, you can actually save more than that a month by going through the program. So hope you enjoy the video. Hope folks sign up, learn a little bit more about Energize Delaware, and sign up for this great program. Thanks.
You. I'm going to share my screen with the caveat that I'm sharing a screen and I only have one screen today, so that's going to be fun. So I can't even see all my slides. All right. So I already introduced myself. Let me introduce Energize Delaware. Our mission is to inspire sustainable energy solutions for a thriving environment and economy. We have a business plan. We're trying to reach 5% greenhouse gas reduction year over year. We know it's an ambitious target, um, but we're at a point where it's kind of go big or go home, and so that's the approach that we're taking. I was actually tasked with creating a business plan day one as soon as I came in, and so that was a great challenge. Um, so the cheapest, cleanest energy is the energy that we don't consume. I'm going to say this probably forever. Um, this came from it's a paraphrase from our former board chair, but co-founder Senator Harris McDowell, and it couldn't be any more clear that the less energy that you consume, the cleanest and cheapest way to go. So I'm going to talk about a couple of programs that we have, and then I just want to kind of make it interactive. So the Home Energy Checkup and Counseling Program is a 1 hour in-home visit. It averages $240 of direct install measures. We just made it statewide. We did that in March, sort of in reaction to the high bills that we saw. And it's regardless of income level. This used to be an income-based program. The potential energy savings, if you go through all average $240 of direct install measures, is about $190. And so you can see the potential therm savings, which would charge 12,000 smartphones. The 900 kilowatt hour savings, that potential from the direct install measures, while it equates to a lot of fancy things like dishwasher cycles and planting trees. What's even more impressive is that 900 kilowatt hours is about the average Delmarva customer's bill for a month. So you could net out a month's usage just by going through this no additional cost program. That's a really big deal. Something that we just realized and we just sent a press release out on today on was we've had about 250 folks that have gone through our home energy checkup and counseling, which we call HEC Squared, and then go into home performance and assisted home performance, which is even higher level of rebates to actually replace equipment. And we've seen 194,000 kilowatt hours saved from January to May. That would be 194 homes in a month, or about 35 homes overall in the 5-month span. That's a really big deal, right? We already talked about the cheapest, cleanest energy is the energy that we don't consume at all. Essentially netting out 35 homes from a free program, right, in the last 5 months. So I just talked about home performance with Energy Star. I'm going to go a little further into this. So it's audits and incentives for residential energy efficiency. We take a whole home approach. Anyone that's had an audit, I've had one myself. They do a blower door test, which is actually the picture that has kind of the red by the doorway. But they also will replace filters. They'll look at your HVAC unit. They do a lot of weatherization. Um, we have invested more than $50 million in this program. It averages about $10 million a year now. It has grown that much. We've had more than $75 million in lifetime energy savings from this program alone. In the last 18 months, we're now really close to about 12,000 jobs completed and $10 million in incentives. That does not include administrative costs. That's straight incentives directly to homeowners in that 18-month period. Earlier today, around 2:30, we announced that we are extending our limited time offer that anyone that goes through home performance receives a 25% bonus on incentives through September 30th. And we had done that to kind of help customers who were kind of on the fence about moving forward, especially with the high bills. And and we see a need to continue that through the summer because, as Dustin said, we know that prices increase June 1st. That is on the supply side of your bill, which is generally about 60% of your bill. And so what we've seen through this 25% bonus is we've seen a 45% increase in direct install measures. That's weatherization. That could be weatherization like door sweeps. It could be light bulbs. Interestingly, we talked about $10 a month. If you replace a shower head, we believe it saves about $78 a year by just replacing a shower head. With one of the shower heads that we have that stops when the water is hot. So that's pretty extraordinary savings just from replacing one thing, and that doesn't include the other $235 of direct install measures. And then I'm going to talk about the residential solar and energy efficiency loans. So this actual slide was created about a month ago. It's now outdated. So we've done more than $20 million in loans since 2017. And residential solar by itself has now eclipsed $16 million in lifetime energy savings. We have seen extraordinary growth in this program, primarily because folks are looking at energy efficiency and renewable energy to minimize the higher supply costs or even distribution costs. In March alone, we saw the single largest month that we've ever had. We did $450,000 in loans for about 35 residential and energy efficiency projects. And then we followed that up the next month and reached about 54 in total for about $650,000. So we have just seen this sort of exceed our expectations. I just received the monthly report this month, and it looks like we're actually going to get close to about $20.5 million, and that we've gone up about $1.5 million since the beginning of this year. So I don't have a lot of slides. I thought I would just kind of talk about the programs and then try and answer any questions that you have. I generally stop sharing this. I generally just like to have the conversation and try to answer any of your questions. I'm happy to talk about PJM. I'm happy to talk about more of our programs. I did hear DEVA, so I have to talk about our electric vehicle supply equipment rebate. So that's 50% for any market rate customer, 90% for any low income customer. We have actually had low income customers participate. We recently passed $50,000 in incentives, and I think we're at about 100 applicants that have come through the program. We typically see probably 5 a week, 5 to 10 a week. But in doing so, we want to make sure that they go through an energy audit, because we know that, when you charge your car, you're going to use more energy. So we want to make sure that that we try and reduce our consumption, or at least minimize our impact on the grid. When I bought my electric vehicle, I went through the home energy audit for the exact same purpose, to try and minimize my impact on the grid. Dustin had talked about PJM, and so I thought I would, as a former public advocate, even though it's not my role anymore, I thought I would just talk about real quick PJM. So the supply cost, the capacity cost in PJM went from about $2 billion to $14 billion. And so this huge increase, as Dustin said, is going to be here for the next couple of years, because between the floor and the cap, right now we're at the average cost. And so it may go up, it may go down, but you're at the average. So I would expect similar costs for the next 2 years. We did have the reliability must run come off, and as that came off, we just kind of fill in now the supply costs that, again, we expect for the next 2 years roughly. And Scott, I see your hand up.
Yeah. So, what's the best way to contact you after tonight?
Yeah, that's great. I didn't put my contact information in here, and I should have. So I'm going to write in the chat my email address. That's the best way to reach me. So I'm going to do that right now. So that's the best way to reach me if you want to follow up, if you have any questions about our program. So that's just kind of residential programs. That doesn't talk about all of our extensive programs. And so it used to be 20 programs. We're now up to 27 different programs that we currently run, whether it's residential, small commercial, or large commercial programs. We've seen our commercial loan program, we've just eclipsed $24 million. That's in the queue. And so we've just seen huge growth, primarily because there's actually not a better time to do energy efficiency than right now. With high cost, energy efficiency and renewable energy make the most sense. And so it's actually a lot easier to sell.
And Drew, did you talk about the marketplace in addition to your rebate?
Oh man, you know what? I did not talk about the marketplace. Shame on me. So thank you. So we have an Energize Delaware marketplace. I will put that here in the chat. So if you buy a smart thermostat, think like a Google Nest, right? You walk into Home Depot or Lowe's, it's like $150. At times we give them away for $0. We pay for that cost. You just have to pay for the shipping, which I think is $5, might be 10. Other times it might be like $35, and so greatly subsidized. The same thing with light bulbs and a lot of other measures that you could purchase yourself, or you could go through HEC Squared and receive. Thank you for the reminder, Dustin. I tend to forget marketplace.
You can get a great deal on a EV charger on the marketplace as well. I mean, you guys have those things for like 50% off.
Yeah, so we understand that there's sort of a glitch in the system, but it's not it hasn't been worthwhile to fix yet. But you can buy a charger on our website. We try and make sure that everything on our website is Energy Star, and we can talk about whether or not that exists in the future, but it exists right now, and so everything on there is Energy Star related.